Nadine here. How are you all on this cold Sunday afternoon? It might not be cold where you are, but it's cold where I am. I just thought I would check in with you. It's a week into Victober now and a week into the Books in the Freezer readathon. So I thought I'd just have a little chat and let you know what I've been reading this week and what I intend to read in the next week. So I finished a few books this week. The first one I finished was The Small Hand by Susan Hill. This was really, really good. You know, like the classic sort of little ghost stories. It follows Adam, a rare book dealer, and he takes a wrong turning when he goes to visit one of his clients and comes across this dilapidated old white house and gardens. And whilst he's standing there looking at it, he feels the hand of a child take his. And he sort of tries to forget about it, goes about his business, but it keeps coming back to haunt him. And it is a small book, so I don't want to say too much because it'll give things away. But it was small but perfectly formed, very much recommend it. And I really like this edition as well. It's so pretty. Felt nice to read. The next book that I finished was The Daylight Gate by Jeanette Winterson. I've got to say, I was really, really looking forward to picking this one up. I'm very interested in the Pendle witch trials. And so for the first 50 pages or so, I was quite disappointed with it. It's very, very simply written, short chapters, and it felt a little thin on plot at times. But once I pushed past those first 50 pages or so, I found that a lot started going on. And it was really interesting. I very much enjoyed it after that point. It mainly follows Alice Nutter, who is one of the more famous names with the Pendle Witches. She is rich and beautiful and successful in business, and so obviously makes herself a target for accusations of witchcraft. There are scenes of torture. Obviously they did use torture as a means of exacting confessions back in the day. And also sexual abuse. So if you can't handle things like that, I would steer clear of it. But it is quite an interesting read. I don't think it was. I don't think it was that exact in you know, the historical background, but it was really good fun. I started for Victober. I started Agnes Gray, listening to that on my Audible account. And I am loving it. It is fantastic. It's such a short book, and I'm finding that I'm enjoying it so much that I'm purposefully not listening to it very much because I don't want it to end. I want it to be longer. I like the character of Agnes. She is a clergyman's daughter, and the family fall on, I won't say exactly hard times, you know, they're not destitute, but things are a bit tighter. The dad's not so hot with money, and he's made a few bad choices. Agnes wants to help out her family, and she suggests she become a governess. Now she wants that to help her family, but I think also she's searching for some kind of professional fulfillment herself. She wants to be useful, and she wants to be good at her job. And I know that this book was based on Anne Bronte's own experiences, and all I can say, that first family that she went to, Agnes Gray, oh my god, I hope Anne didn't have those sorts of children to look after. They were vicious and vile. Wow. But we're with the second family now. I'm about halfway through the book, so I will definitely be finishing that in the next week. I also started Elizabeth Gaskell, Wives and Daughters. I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be with this one because I did have a few days where I just didn't read anything at all, which wasn't like me, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 68 pages in, so there's not too much I can say, but at the moment it's following Molly, who is a doctor's daughter, and there's not really much else going on at the moment to talk about, but I'm looking forward to carrying on with that one. I'm really, really enjoying it, and in fact I had spaced it out so that I was going to be reading a bit every day to last me the entire month, but I am kind of considering just forging ahead and focusing solely on this one because I'm really enjoying the writing. And I have picked another Elizabeth Gaskell for Victober, and I don't know if I would get confused between the two if I'm reading them both concurrently, so we'll see. It's something I'm considering. Next, for my Books in the Freezer readathon, I'm picking up V-Wars. I'm going to make a start on that, I hope, tonight. So this is a collection of short stories all about a war between vampires and humans. And then hopefully in the next week, oh, there's a bit of a vampire theme going on here. In the next week, I'm either going to start Dracula, which is a reread, or The Fall, which is part 2 in the Strain trilogy, or I enjoyed my Susan Hill so much, I'm thinking about going for The Woman in Black. I'm really, really craving sort of atmospheric reads at the moment. Time of year, perfect for it. And it's quite a short book as well, and the Books in the Freezer readathon ends next Sunday, so I might go for this one. So yeah, that is my reading last week and for the next week. How's everybody else getting on? Anybody who's taking part in these readathons? There's so many going on this time of month, it's quite difficult to choose between them. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for the people that have subscribed to me. I didn't expect it. It's my first week on BookTube, so I'm very, very pleasantly surprised to find a few people that have decided to sort of come along with me. So I will chat to you again in a few days. Right, thanks a lot. Bye.